Welcome to our news discussion today. I'm Claire, and I'm joined by Alan. We'll be covering several key stories involving President Donald Trump and recent geopolitical developments.
Hello, Claire. Good morning to our listeners. I'm Alan. Let's dive into the first story.
President Trump recently stated that the ceasefire with Iran is over after both sides exchanged fire. The context is a significant escalation in the Middle East.
That's right. The reporting indicates Trump told reporters, "For me, I think it's over. It's just a waste of time dealing with them." What does this mean for the ongoing negotiations with Iran?
According to the articles, despite saying the ceasefire is over, Trump mentioned that negotiators could still keep talking to Tehran. This suggests a nuanced position where diplomatic channels remain open.
That's interesting, because it implies a distinction between the ceasefire being over and the complete breakdown of diplomatic efforts. How does this align with the recent military actions?
The U.S. launched strikes on several locations in Iran, and in response, Iran targeted American military sites in the Gulf, specifically in Bahrain and Kuwait. This back-and-forth escalation is a significant concern.
The articles mention that the U.S. strikes were in response to Iranian attacks on commercial vessels in the Strait of Hormuz. Can you clarify the sequence of events here?
Yes, the U.S. reported that 3 commercial vessels were attacked in the Strait of Hormuz, which they attributed to Iran. This was followed by U.S. strikes on Iranian targets.
And then Iran retaliated by targeting U.S. military sites in Bahrain and Kuwait. This cycle of retaliation is escalating tensions significantly.
Exactly. The situation remains volatile, with both sides engaging in military actions against each other. Let's shift to a different story. A federal judge has ordered that E. Jean Carroll be paid $5.8 million, which was previously held in escrow, after a jury found that Trump sexually abused her in 1996 and defamed her.
That's a significant development. The jury's verdict was in favor of Carroll, and now the judge is enforcing the payment. Trump's legal team is appealing this decision, correct?
Yes, that's right. Trump is appealing the ruling. The case has drawn considerable attention due to its implications for Trump's legal liabilities and the allegations against him.
So, the appeal is likely to focus on the legal grounds of the defamation and sexual abuse findings. What are the potential implications of this case for Trump's future legal challenges?
The outcome of this appeal could set a precedent for how similar cases are handled. It also adds to the public and legal scrutiny Trump is facing regarding these allegations.
It's worth noting that this case is one of several legal challenges Trump is currently dealing with. The cumulative effect of these cases could be significant.
Moving on, a former Wisconsin judge, Hannah Duggan, was convicted of felony obstruction for helping a Mexican immigrant evade federal officers. She is now facing sentencing.
The case highlights the complexities of immigration enforcement and the role of judicial officers. What was Duggan's specific action that led to the conviction?
According to the reporting, Duggan ushered the immigrant out of her courtroom to evade ICE agents. This action was seen as obstructing the arrest.
Her lawyers argued that the Trump administration's immigration policies were a factor in her actions, suggesting a broader context of judicial compliance with ICE strategies.
That's right. The defense framed Duggan's actions as a response to the administration's policies. The sentencing judge ultimately fined her $5,000 and spared her prison time, citing her otherwise law-abiding life.
So the sentence reflects a balance between punishing the obstruction and acknowledging Duggan's otherwise clean record. What does this case say about the interactions between judicial discretion and federal immigration enforcement?
It underscores the tensions that can arise between judicial officers and federal authorities, particularly in cases involving controversial policies like immigration enforcement. Let's move to another story. Denmark's Prime Minister, Mette Frederiksen, responded to Trump's renewed demands that the U.S. should take control of Greenland. She stated that Greenland is not for sale and that Denmark is ready to defend it.
Trump has expressed interest in Greenland previously, but Frederiksen's statement is a clear rejection of that idea. What was the context of Trump's comments this time?
The reporting suggests that Trump again expressed a desire for the U.S. to control Greenland during NATO meetings in Turkey. Fredriksson's response was firm, emphasizing Denmark's commitment to defending its territory.
So, this is not just a matter of economic interest, but also geopolitical and strategic considerations. How does this fit into the broader NATO context?
Fredriksson's statement about being ready to defend every inch of NATO territory, including Greenland, ties into the alliance's collective defense commitments. It reassures Denmark's commitment to NATO's principles.
That's a significant signal, especially given the current geopolitical tensions. It reinforces Denmark's stance within the alliance.
We've already touched on the Iran-US conflict, but let's delve deeper into the specifics of Iran's retaliation. After the U.S. launched strikes on Iranian targets, Iran targeted U.S. military sites in Bahrain and Kuwait.
The U.S. strikes were reportedly in response to Iranian attacks on commercial vessels in the Strait of Hormuz. Can you provide more details on the U.S. military response and Iran's counterattacks?
The U.S. military action was framed as a response to Iranian aggression in the region. Iran, in turn, launched strikes against U.S. military sites in Bahrain and Kuwait, escalating the conflict.
So, the situation is a classic security dilemma, where each side's actions are perceived as threats by the other, leading to further escalation.
The reporting doesn't indicate a clear path to de-escalation yet. Both sides have shown a willingness to engage militarily, which suggests a continued volatile situation.
Diplomatic efforts will likely be crucial in preventing further escalation. The international community's response to these developments will be important to watch.
As we've covered these significant stories, it's clear that geopolitical tensions and legal challenges are dominating the headlines. We'll continue to monitor these developments closely.
Indeed. And that's all the time we have for today. Thank you for joining us on this news discussion. Until next time, goodbye.
Goodbye, and thank you for listening.